Good evening, everyone, and welcome to This Week from Rockdale. I'm hoping that I'm coming across good with everybody tonight. I am actually broadcasting from a remote location, as you can tell by the shirt. I took a little beach trip this weekend and to get away a little bit, just relax and get uh, re energized for the coming campaign. Uh, and I think we're going to hit the ground running when I get back here into town this week. And first of all, I want to thank everyone who got out and voted last week and supported myself, and not only myself, but also the other candidates that ran for office to try to make a change. I personally want to thank Mr. Kevin Taft for running. I want to thank Tanae Davis for running, and I want to thank Darlene Smith for running. These candidates got out there, they ran against incumbents also, and they ran to try to make a difference because they believe that there change needs to happen in the educational system in Rockdale County. I'm also pleased to announce that all three of the individuals, Mr. Kevin Taft, Ms. Darlene Smith, and Ms. Tanae Davis, have all formally endorsed Larry Cox for Post 1 Board of Education. So that was fantastic to hear from all three of them today, especially Kevin. Kevin and I got to know each other over the course of this campaign. And I told Kevin when he and I talked this past week that if things hadn't gone my way and I would have been the one that came in third and he came in second, that the phone call that he and I were having would have still taken place and I would have offered him my support moving forward in taking on the incumbent Mandy North because it's that important to me and to all these other candidates that change does happen and that there's one of us still standing. And I am just so excited about what the future could bring with all of us sticking together. Like I said, I formally got the endorsements of Kevin Taft, Darlene Smith, and Dr. Tanae Davis this week. And I just am so grateful to have their support, and I'm grateful to have your support. Uh, uh, so it is great to that's happened. So guys, you're just fantastic people out there. You're fantastic, and I appreciate the support. So what I want to do now is I want to scroll through here and say hello to some people that have joined the show. Hello, Mary Boysworth. Welcome to the show. My good friend Justin Kinney. Welcome to the show. Charlotte Gellert, friend of the community, friend of the campaign. Welcome to the show. Jill Oden, educator here in Rockdale County, and when I'm elected, Jill will be one of my trusted advisors. Uh, Angela Asperino. Angela, also an educator here from Rockdale County, who will also be one of my trusted advisors once I'm elected to this office. James Colbert, welcome to the show. George Kellichek, welcome. Kelly Farr, don't worry, Kelly. Uh, to me, I enjoy taking phone calls when I'm on doing anything. I've taken phone calls all weekend, and it's all been important because this election is important, this campaign is important, and the future of Rockdale County's students are important. CJ, welcome to the show, and thanks for watching. I've not looked at those numbers. I need to look TCJ and see what kind of support Tucker got. I know Mr. Tucker Cox, got a lot of support, and we're looking forward to that. Ms. Russo, welcome to the show. Joey Wilkins, welcome to Lisa Lancaster. Judy Bonds, Marie Withers, welcome to the show, everybody. Great to have each and every one of you here tonight, and it's just an honor. Like I said, it's an honor again to have been pushed ahead in this runoff to be able to represent you, everybody who supported me. So, people have been asking me now, Larry. Now you're in this runoff. What are you going to do differently? Well, I'm not going to do a whole lot differently. We're going to keep pounding the streets. We're going to go out there and we're going to let the people know what we will do that the incumbent Mandy North will not do. Bill Campbell, welcome to the show. So the first thing, and this has been the trademark of my campaign, and I'm not going to waver on it now. I will become the fourth vote of 3 existing board members that did not vote to renew Terry Oates' contract, when I take office, we, the board, the 3 existing members and myself, will hold another vote and we will remove and replace Terry Oates as the school superintendent. That has to happen before we can do a lot of other things. Mandy did not. Lisa Lancaster says Mandy let the voters know why she decided to run after saying she would not seek re-election. She has not decided to let the people know that. Uh, I've heard several different things myself as far as why, and I may address those issues later, but I think we'll let Mandy, if she wants to address them before I maybe do address them, then maybe she needs to put it out there why she decided to run after she had said she wasn't going to run. So let me just say, get back on track. Terry Oates. If Terry Oates remains the superintendent, a lot of things are going to remain the same, and they're going to get worse. If Terry Oates remains the superintendent, then we do not have a chance to have additional seniors exemptions from school board taxes. It's just not going to happen. If Terry Oates remains the superintendent, then the school board members will not visit the schools. If Terry Oates remains the superintendent, school board members will not have town halls. If Terry Oates remains the superintendent, then he will not acknowledge that there's a problem in the school system with children not reading at level and not doing math at level. And we will continue to pretend everything is okay. That's what will happen if Terry Oates remains superintendent. Because Mandy North will not vote or push for the most vulnerable seniors we have to get additional tax breaks and exemption from taxes. Mandy North will not give the teachers of Rockdale County a voice. Mandy North will not have town halls. Mandy North will not visit the schools. That's just fact, everybody. And let's just say, guys, we've got to be real. If we want change, then we need to vote for change. Change can only happen with a vote of change. And that's what needs to happen. And then we've got House Bill 861. If 861 is approved by the voters in November, which it will be, then this superintendent has already indicated that he intends to opt out of 861, which will, with what 861 does is it freezes your property values. It limits the amount that your taxes can be increased. Mandy North will side with the superintendent of schools, and he will opt out of 861, and you will be taxed beyond belief. That's what's going to happen in Rockdale County. I've seen on Nextdoor that somebody wrote that, in our little newspaper stuff, that Mandy North explained that, that education and the budget go hand in hand. And, they do go hand in hand. When you have a school board right now, when the majority of them approve 53 individuals at the central office making $6.8 million. That's the majority of the board now approves an extensive fleet of vehicles that service these central office employees. When you have a current board now that won't acknowledge that we have deficiencies in this school system, then how is anything going to change if we keep the board the majority that it is now? The only way that change happens is we change the majority of the board. How do we get resource officers in grade school? You elect Larry Cox and you get rid of Mandy North. Mandy North will go along with this superintendent and nothing will change. And that's reality. Mandy North wasn't even going to run for office, told people she wasn't, then decided she was going to. I've not told anybody this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I was asked the night before qualifying not to run for Mandy's seat so she could keep her health insurance. So I was told she was just running to keep her health insurance. And is that a good reason for her to run to keep her health insurance that you're buying? And when the superintendent and Mandy North want to do away with paraprofessionals because we're providing them health insurance, what kind of a scenario is that? You want to keep your own health insurance, but you want to drop paraprofessionals from health insurance. Doesn't send a good message, in my opinion. And that's why we don't need to put Mandy North back in office. I don't need the health insurance and I don't need the salary. What I want to do is make sure that Rockdale County is represented on that school board. The seniors are represented on that school board. The general citizen is represented on that school board. And the students are fairly represented on that school board. That's what I want to do as your next school board member. It's time to take the gloves off and it's time to fight. And I'm a fighter and I'm ready to fight. The county and this school system are on the trenches, they're on the verge of collapse at this moment. And it's because people won't admit there is a problem. Four members of this board won't admit there's a problem, and the superintendent definitely will not admit there's a problem because he's too worried about his image rather than worry about the reality of what the school system is really like. Now, we've got pockets of excellence in the school system. We do. But that's not the majority and it's not the rule. We need a change so that we can actually usher in a new era in Rockdale County. Guys, this is the only way. This is just getting ridiculous. Uh, uh, she owns a mobile sign company, a CPA business. You guys can go to my website, votelarrycox.com, and you'll see under my news article, there's actually two PDFs that shows she owns a house in Rockdale County, a house in Morgan County, and that there is a homestead on both. She also owns a home in Florida, which she spends a great deal of time in. Mandy Norris has checked out of Rockdale County several years ago, and that's the facts. Those are the hard facts. A lot of people, Larry, you shouldn't say that. You should. Well, why shouldn't I be honest, and why shouldn't I tell you, the voters of Rockdale County, the truth? That Mandy North has checked out of Rockdale County several years ago, and that you, the taxpayers, are the people that are being punished because she's checking out and she's staying and running for office to be a yes person and to keep health insurance. Enough is enough, Rockdale County. Oh, and by the way, I really live in Rockdale County, and I'm proud of it. And I'll be proud to serve you as a legitimate resident of Rockdale County, not somebody who has to pretend they live in Rockdale County. Enough is enough. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, we can make a difference. Now, Lisa Lancaster, be careful. I'll get a cease and desist letter. I was upset, Lisa, when I didn't get a cease and desist letter. But that's okay because those three cease and desist letters right now are sitting before the State Board of Elections, which has received a complaint of election interference by the superintendent of schools of Rockdale County because he didn't act as a person when he did that. He acted as a government entity. And who does the First Amendment protect the citizens from? The First Amendment protects the citizens against the government. It says the government cannot infringe upon your free speech. And when Terry Oates, acting as the superintendent of schools, sent those official letters, he was acting as the government, violating citizens' First Amendment rights. A shame when you have a superintendent of schools who either, one, wasn't aware that he broke the law, or two, didn't care that he broke the law. And then it's even worse than that. You've got these four board members who back everything he does. And what do? They support him in these actions. Every single action he does, they support. If you want true change in Rockdale County, you have to vote for Larry Cox, because I'm the only one who can actually make these changes happen now. I won't be able to do it alone. I will only be able to do it because there are three people on that board right now who are fighting for change, and they need help. These three people that are on that board need help. Joey Williams, I do not have any new signs made up to say, but my billboard at 212 and 138 does that. They do. Corliss, those emails were received by open records request. You can post them. They are public knowledge. They are open records requests. You received them through an ORR. You can definitely post those letters with no hesitation, because they were received through an open record request. Lisa, you are going to get a sign. Remember, I'm out of town. I'll be back in and I'll be back in town Monday. I've already had requests for several different signs. So when I get back in town Monday evening, I'm going to be out sign delivering. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Yes. So when I get back in town tomorrow, I will be out delivering some signs tomorrow evening. I've had several individuals request signs, and I will be putting those signs out tomorrow. Out of town is no excuse. But I'm temporarily out of town. It's not like I'm permanently out of town and coming back and visiting Rockdale County. I'm actually visiting somewhere and will be returning permanently to Rockdale County. Big difference in my opponent, I believe. Angela, I had heard this, and thank you for. I'm going to put this up. So. Staff have been told that they are not allowed to negatively comment about the district. Many more teachers are leaving. I'm going to put that. I had heard that from a couple of sources, and that they were told they would no longer have jobs in Rockdale County if they would if they neg. Now let me tell you, is saying the truth being negative? If we are performing below standard, and you say we're performing below standard, is that speaking negatively, or is that speaking truthful? So here again, we've got government. Okay, this is not just Terry O's school superintendent. We've got the government telling people they can't say things. Do they realize they're violating your First Amendment rights? Do they realize that by saying that, they are violating your First Amendment rights by telling you can't speak about things that, if I ask for in an open records request, has to be given to me? Guys, this is ridiculous. This is when many. I've also heard this, that we have students who have had required to have speech therapy. They did not receive it all year long, and were told they were going to get 2 months of makeup this summer. That's against the law. They're in violation of their IEPs. Right? And they said, don't say anything about it. That is ridiculous, and people. It is totally ridiculous that we've got this superintendent and being backed by this majority of this board, and they are bullying the staff, bullying the employees. Greetings from the Dominican Republic. Now, Gail, I didn't go to that good of a beach, but greetings from the Dominican Republic to you too, Gail Owens. And I'm in Orange Beach, Alabama. It's been beautiful here. The weather's been beautiful. I've enjoyed myself. But you know what? I can't wait to get home, because I love Rockdale County and I love to be home. All school psychologists are leaving. We have got a disaster in this school system, folks, and the only way to turn it around is to invoke change. And that's change the leadership. Change the leadership at the top and change the leadership in the board. If I'm elected to office, uh, we will have a new president of the board, a new vice president of the board. We will make changes. We will make changes that will impact this school system. We will be involved in the budget process. We will be involved in establishing curriculum because that's what the board's supposed to do. If I'm elected to office, I will follow the rules and follow the law. But it'll be the real rules and the real law. And I will not be bullied by a superintendent. We won't have to worry about that because this superintendent won't be there. And during our hiring process, we'll make sure we hire a superintendent who understands that we're all going to work together and get along. And let me tell you something else I want to do as your next board member. I want to recommend that we listen to some real experts about education. And believe it or not, we employ a lot of experts on education. And those experts are teachers that are in the classroom every day with the students. Those teachers that are in the classroom every single day with those students, they are experts because they know how these kids learn. They know what needs to happen so that we can make a progress happen. These kids they need help. They need they need teacher input. They need teacher involvement, and they need the Board of Education to listen to the teachers and not worry as much about listening to the superintendent. We got to listen to the superintendent. He's in charge. They're in charge of the day-to-day operation. But we need a superintendent who will listen to the community, the teachers, and the board because we will only be able to do this if we work together. We have to work together uh, as a community. If we don't work together as a community, then you know what? Nothing's going to happen, and we won't have change. That's what's going to happen. We're not going to have change, and we've got to have change, folks, because Rockdale County can't continue down this road if we don't have change. If we need you, the voters of Rockdale County, to get out there and make things happen. You've got to change. Uh, you've got to change it, and it's up to you because the voters of Rockdale County, they sent a strong message when they sent people to the runoffs. When you did not give Mandy North the majority, and Kevin Taff and I got the majority of the vote, you sent a message. Now we have to resend that message between on June 8th, which is the first day of on Saturday early voting, and then June 10th through 14th, and then on June 18th. Because we can make a difference. If we get back out and we vote our conscience, then we'll be able to make a difference here in Rockdale County. I know we will. Guys, I'm just telling you, this Rockdale County can show up and show out. And we do that by voting for change. You vote for Larry Cox for your next school board member. And I will fight hard to make sure that we make a difference in Rockdale County. We need to get from runoff to victory. Yes, we do. I agree with that 100%. We need to get from runoff to victory. Our kids need our help. Corliss Turner. Our kids do need our help. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight has just begun. And with your help, we will make a difference in this county. We will move forward. We will set the bar to where it used to be in Rockdale County. We will take Rockdale County back to an educational system of excellence. We will take Rockdale County back to an educational system to where people move to Rockdale County to put their kids in our school system. And we'll do that by hiring the right superintendent. We'll do that by passing policies that require Board of Education members to have town halls, that require Board of Education members to visit the schools. Because if you're not going to do your job, then give up your job. If you're not going to do your job, give up your job. Don't just sit on that board to collect $1,000 and for status. If you're not going to do your job, give up that job. That's what I say to you. I'm not running because I need health insurance. I'm not running because I need status. I'm running because I want to make a difference in the lives of the children in Rockdale County. I want to make sure that senior citizens don't lose their homes because of taxes. I'm running because I want Rockdale County to prosper again. And the way Rockdale County prospers again is by having one of the best school systems in the state of Georgia. We can do that, but we can't do it if Mandy North remains your Post 1 Board of Education member. That can only happen if we vote for change and elect Larry Cox. Guys, I'm going to get off of here tonight. I've ranted and raved and was excited, and I'm glad that each and every one of you joined me. Well, I want you to do me a favor. Share and like this show. Go onto my Facebook page and share and like the endorsements I put out. Share and like the post. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your friends. Let's get them back out to vote. Let's make a difference, and let's take this county back. Let's make a difference. We can. Let's make Rockdale County a premier educational place. We can do it, but it's going to take each and every one of you to start this process. I support you, and you can support me. Terry Oates makes $285,000, and he just got a new $65,000 SUV. That's what Terry Oates makes. $285,000 in a brand new SUV. Miss Russo campaigns for me every day, and she just got me 5 new votes. I know other people who've talked to me today, and they've got me 3 new votes, 4 new votes. We need to keep getting those votes every single day. We're going to make a difference. We're going to do the right thing. 285K to not listen to you and to not pay attention to you. All of our tax dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching me tonight. I look forward to seeing many of you next week. I'll be back in Rockdale County tomorrow because that's where I live. I'll be back in Rockdale County tomorrow, and I'll be putting out signs. Thank you and good night. And remember, everyone, let's get out and vote. And before I sign off, I'll tell you one last time. I really do live